Alrighty, everybody, welcome back here to your coverage of the Season 18 ESEA Invite TF2 LAN down in Dallas, Texas. Sorry about the delay on getting into this first game here. We were kind of a mix-up with the STV infos and all that, but we're into it now. The first half has already been completed and a 3-0 win for eLevate, but I'm Gecks, and alongside me I have Marxist, and it looks like we're already getting into our second half here, so Madmen seeming to be on the ropes here right off the start. Not exactly, I'm sure, the start that they had planned for this LAN here, as we are into the lower bracket. So the winner of this best of three will go on, and the loser will be heading home, or at least watching from the couch for the rest of this one. So we're going to take it right into the second half here. Mela going for a big jump across mid, decide to go ahead and back off there, but we see Madmen working their right side of the mid. Shrugger's going to start it off by taking down Pharaoh, and that is going to be some big picks coming across. Alpha and Decimate doing some work here as well. It's only Indust, Hardblue, and Seymour left alive here, and they're caught all the way on the sewer side here. Not ideal positioning. That's going to be a wipe there. eLevate coming out strong on that mid here. They're going to get mid as well as this second point here. Going to be looking good going into last year, Marxist.
Yeah, they couldn't lock out Choke. There's actually already a demo camping their left spawn door. They're coming out on the right side, or whichever way you're preferring to look at it, but we should see an Uber come in right now, and there it goes. They should pop soon, but they're not because no one's really pressuring them. Second is being capped as well, so we'll see. There we go. There's our Uber. Hardblue's gonna die. Decimate gonna go down to You Must Mike, trying to get this Uber on around, testing out each other. There goes Pharaoh. So now we just got a scrappy little fight here as people try to work their way in.
And that looks like it's going to just about do it. Hardblue did blast him off the point, but the rest of the Madmen squad is down. And another round going over to eLevate here. It is going to be the big 4-0 here on the ropes. One more round, and eLevate will take this first map. So not the start that Madmen had anticipated, I'm sure, but they need to get something going here, or they are definitely going to be on the ropes going into the second map here, because if they lose that one, they are going to have their bags packed, as they came in here as the number 2 seed, but so far have not necessarily been playing as such, so we'll see what they can get here on this round. Mela going for a huge bomb once again across mid, but he'll actually manage to pick up one frag there, and it's going to be one down for Madmen, as they're still trying to work this right side here, but eLevate is pushing across. Both teams kind of hurt as far as their health goes. Alpha's going to go down, Pharaoh and Seymour as well. Once again, only 3 players left up for Madmen. It's going to be Harb, You Must Mike, and Indus trying to get themselves out of there, but another mid win for eLevate here, and KBK deciding to use the Uber on seemingly nothing here, moving out onto second. I'm not sure exactly what enticed the pop there, but that's going to leave room for Madmen here to come back out onto second. They have their full Uber now. They're coming out of lower this time, seeing what they can take. eLevate is completely aware of this. You Must Mike was able to get Decimate, and there goes Hardblue getting KBK inside of IT, so that should leave some room here for Madmen to push straight out into mid. They haven't even had to use their Uber yet, but Mela is hiding up top in mid there. They do need to be careful. He will go down, so Madmen getting a push going here, doing well, coming back out, grabbing the second point. They're going to get mid as well, plus a full Uber to boot.
Yeah, and this Uber should carry through second easily. I don't know what happened with KBK's Uber, but they have not recovered from that mistake. I assume that's what it was. So this Uber should drive in to last soon. It looks like Hardblue is going to lead the charge, maybe? No. So we're buffing up, going to go down into lobby. A little bit of contesting there. Also know that there is a Pyro from Mobla, if you want to pay homage to Bloodsire. But the Uber should be coming in now. They're actually having Hardblue lead, and they are now getting time on the point. Lots of time on the point. No one's getting it. There we go. So Madmen at least put up a little bit of a fight off of the error from KBK.
Yeah, finally getting around back on the board there, one that they desperately needed, and as you said, that whole push, really, the whole round was kind of hindering on KBK just seemingly popping for no reason outside of sewer. I don't know if he thought they were close or what, but that definitely helped them get this round here, so Hardblue's going to jump straight across right away, taking eLevate's health back as standard setups here, but Mela once again going in for a big bomb. He'll actually be inside of their IT behind them, so they're definitely going to need to keep track of that. But Badonsky and Alpha going down straight away here on this mid as Madmen is pushing eLevate, who is over on their right side, and KBK is just left on top of the boxes by himself, took a rocket from Blank, and he's going to go down. A big wipe there and a big mid coming out for Madmen. They're going to grab this mid as well as the second point, and once again have an uncontested Uber advantage here heading into last.
Yeah, these kinds of plays are your bread and butter, Gecks, because you can just drive your demo and a soldier in and keep them from setting up. We do have a heavy and a sentry gun trying to be built, but that Uber should come right now. They're actually a little bit slower than I'd like to see, because let's see where that gun is. So it's still a baby gun. It hasn't quite reached adolescence yet. And the Uber is gonna come in now. They have not used it yet. It's Harblue leading it again, so he's taken over the pocketing duties, I think. He is on the whole team, and there's capping going down. Yeah, the Uber just stands on the point, and yet again, eLevate doesn't get it off. They just hide in panic room and lose a round.
Yeah, I feel as though you have to, you have to go out there and at least contest the point. Both times, as you said, they just walk onto the point with the Uber. They did really nothing to contest it, so that is 2 rounds right back to Madmen having a much better second half here than they had in the first, and Harblue is going to go straight into IT. They're taking the health pack very quickly, and Mela is doing these big jumps that he's been on just every mid here so far on process, but not really able to do too much with it, and Blank is just going to walk straight across there. Mela's going to get a good rocket into him, and he's quite hurt now. Did take an arrow, though, as well, so good stuff from Indus there, getting the arrows out, but a couple players are down right now for Madmen. It's Pharaoh and Harblue, and that means it is time to get out of here, but Decimate is in right now, got a lot of damage out onto Indus, and here comes Mela, taking down Indus as well as Blank there with a big bomb coming straight out of Choke, and it's just You Must Mike that was left in onto second, but he is not going to be able to do anything to contest that. And there's a mid-win for eLevate. They're going to try and get in onto the second here. They're going to have some pretty big ad here as well, Marxist, but Hardblue's looking for the sneaky plays. I thought he could have gotten something, but not going to be the case. They actually got forced inside of Choke by Seymour, it looks like. So that was a good force that Madmen certainly needed coming through here, but that will at least equalize things just a little bit. And they're actually down Mela right now, so Madmen looking like they want to push just straight on through Choke here, though a lot of spam is coming across, so they need to be careful. But we see Blank trying to get himself in, gave a good rocket to Alpha, that was, but eventually going down to Shrugger, who cleans up on 2 frags there, taking down You Must Mike as well. And Pharaoh, I think, might get caught out here inside of Choke, just barely escaping, and Mela once again going for a huge bomb straight back in onto the second point, but eLevate not messing around here as they push into second. They came in with force. Once those 2 picks came through onto Blank and Seymour, they pushed in hard, but now they get the second, and we should be seeing a last push here soon, but Ubers are equal for the time being.
Yeah, no utils yet coming out. I can't say enough about Shrugger's performance at this LAN, but actually the Uber is going to come out, so they're just going to go out here and have an Uber fight on second. 9 out of 10 physicians don't really recommend that, and ELV is coming in here to last. Shrugger getting beat up, but Indust is down, so it's going to make it a really hard fight for the Madmen, because all damage is permanent, as they say. Blank's trying to do what he can. He's going to go down. All that's left is Pharaoh standing on the point, trying to save this round for his team. Simu is on his wing, and it looks like that's actually going to force them out. The LV did not want to mess around with that anymore. They know they have Uber advantage, so maybe not the worst decision. And maybe they're also trying to time scam the Madmen.
Yeah, it was very, very close there. Madmen almost going down there, but just managed to hang on. And did you like that play from them to decide to push out with that Uber out of lobby, or would you have liked to have seen them sit back with that?
Well, I mean, in this sort of situation, you have unique considerations like the time and that you're down by 3 rounds. But I would generally never recommend that sort of a play. It's very, very risky because you have to negotiate a long Uber fight and then cap the point, and they obviously couldn't do that. But it looks like the Uber is going to come in. Sentry Gun says not so fast, but it's going to go down quick. We do have a Harblue Uber to back it up. A Heavy from Alpha is in lobby. So they tried for the classic last push with Heavy, one of my favorite ways to push this map. And but Decimate's death is actually going to back them out, and the Heavy jig is up.
It looks like Madmen actually wants to just keep on going straight on to second here, but there is a lot of firepower for eLevate here to try and contest them from taking the second point back, as Madmen is sitting scattered throughout lobby as well as rollout here. It looks like they've decided to just play the safe card and keep themselves back at last year for the time being. Get that Uber built up, as they are completely equal on this right now. Badonsky is working in towards that shutter side, taking a few good rockets, but he will manage to keep himself alive here. So we're just going to be waiting on eLevate to initiate the push here. As we see, You Must Mike is up on that NG. He has a sentry up, and Seymour is going to be on the Australian man as well. And eLevate still has Alpha on this heavy, and Shrugger's actually going to go down as he tried to get in. May have been a sack just to try and come up on Sniper or something, but Madmen looking, they're poking out here in through lobby and rollout, and Blank's actually going to go down as he tried to make a play to Alpha, who is on heavy still. So Madmen once again going to sit back here and kind of test things out, but eLevate still no utils other than having that heavy.
Yeah, that's why I like pushing in lasts with heavy, particularly this map, because you can kind of hide in lobby. There's a health pack there if he gets beat up. But it looks like we're teasing out here. I mean, eLevate is in lobby messing around. Alpha's jumping back and forth, spinning his gun, but maybe not. And also, no, Shrugger did not off-class, so we're just chilling here for now. Badonsky's on the side here by himself right now, but he had a sticky trap, so he was just trying to bait out a kill. But, yeah, so we're just going to sit here and wait. We have You Must Mike on the counter, Fat Man, and Blank is going to go down again down inside the lobby, I believe. So that may tease out the push from eLevate, but Decimate's going to get killed in a sticky trap. So peace, says Pharaoh.
Yeah, they wanted to try getting something in through rollout there, but the good stick trap will handle Decimate just fine, and eLevate now has decided to hold off on that push after losing Decimate, so they're just kind of waiting around here. Madmen, once again, getting a bit aggressive towards lobby and rollout, but they don't really decide to do anything with it. Probably the better of the decisions that they could make in this situation. So now it is just the waiting game. Time is a bit of the essence here. I'm sure they still, I don't know exactly how much time is left on this half, but they certainly do have some time, Madmen. They're down by 2 rounds. It's currently 4-2 in favor of eLevate as they just sweeped that first half. Getting that 3-0, and then they also got the first round of the second as well. But Madmen has managed to keep themselves in this, and as you see right there, they're going to get 2 picks. Shrugger and Badonsky both going down. Blank was able to get 1. Pharaoh taking down Badonsky, so they're going to try and push out here. And oh my goodness, Indus got caught out. He tried to take Harblue in with it, but he went just a little too quickly, and that could be a very costly error for Madmen right here as they use their Uber. KBK now is going to have a full Uber, which they're going to pop off straight into lobby here as they come in for Blank. He should fall here shortly, which he does, and now Madmen is going to have a tremendous defense here as Harblue is just getting his spawn up. Alpha is down, so they don't have, eLevate doesn't have that heavy firepower coming through here, and I think Madmen managed to get away with one there. It could have been very costly for them, but they did manage to hold it off, so we will see a bit of a stalemate here till both of these teams get their Ubers back up.
Yeah, one thing that needs to be done there is when there's a heavy standing on Spire like that, you just can't lead pushes with your soldiers because they're going to get thrown to the ground if they try to jump. Oh, there's actually a sticky trap above Harblue's head, but nobody saw it. But the way to get this heavy off of Spire is you have to do something a little bit anachronistic for the way the game is played today, as Blank tries to suicide in again, playing the roamer. But you've got to lead with your demo. The demo's the only person that can hit that heavy enough to get him off, but the Uber looks like it's coming in. Alpha's spamming all the things, but Blank, or Harblue rather, has him all to himself. The Uber comes out now. They're going to run down about the same time. The gun goes down. Indust Uber Seymour to keep him alive. They're going to spawn him back out. Only Harblue down there. Shrugger, he's getting out of here. Alpha still shooting those heavy bullets. Their team is surrounded, are the Madmen. And it looks like we're going to see eLevate put the nail in the coffin here for map 1. Pharaoh, not trying to make it happen!
And oh my goodness, what a defense from Madmen there. I thought, I was right there with you. I thought it was said and done, but Seymour and Pharaoh coming up massive to save that point here, and they're going to come right back out on to second. Madmen is trying to get this cap here. Decimate was in with Shrugger trying to contest it, but that will not happen, and a huge last defense there for Madmen to keep themselves in this map and not be down very on the ropes, and Blank is just going to get decimated by a sticky trap inside of sewer there, but Madmen barely hanging on there, but they do come out, get that second point back. So now it's going to be kind of waiting on eLevate here. They do have about 20% Uber ad as well if they want to do something with it. They're trying to get Shrugger in right now. He is moving forward a bit. Mela's considering a jump, but he will go ahead and step back. And eLevate just poking at this point. Not really getting a full-blown push going here, but they are poking around. Shrugger's taking quite a bit of damage there. And we see Harblu's actually going to go in for something on the KBK. Got a good rocket off, took down Alpha, and now he's considering hunting down KBK, but knows that he will get out of there, and Decimate will fall to Seymour inside of IT. So that'll be a couple picks for Madmen here, and that'll certainly initiate this push outside of Choke as they fly on through here. Pharaoh's going to jump across, get the stickies out there, and just bullying them straight out of mid, as eLevate does know that they are at a pretty big disadvantage here as far as numbers go, but both teams are going to have this full Uber ready to get this shindig rolling as Madmen starting their push here in towards second.
Yeah, the big thing on that mid push there for the Madmen was just get vision of the whole entire area as fast as you can, because you don't want Indus to get forced. And because they got the high ground quickly on both sides of the map, Indus was completely safe. He got to just chill in the corner, watch the point be kept. But here we see an IT push, kind of unusual. But, you know, Harblu, he's not the most usual pocket players, apparently, since he just got subbed in, apparently, while we were having our little coffee break or whatever. So he's fighting up here in IT. Blank's going to go down on the other side in a sticky trap, and that will reset things. We'll probably see the Madmen take a more defensive posture, because the eLevate should be a-coming.
Yeah, they're getting lined up in Choke here, and of course, no surprise, they're going to send Mela straight on through. He did pick up the pack. Both Ubers are going to get popped off here as they just kind of do the thing that Ubers do inside of Choke here and not really do too much of anything, to be honest, as they just kind of smash faces into each other, but no frags came out of that engagement there. But it's going to be Madmen continuing the aggression forward here. They are inside of Choke, and they knew there was one inside of Sewer, and Podolsky and Mailer are both going to go down as they search those frags out, but Shrugger is coming up from behind here. Madmen needs to be very careful, and they have spotted him out at least. Seymour will take heals as he tries to duel him out there, but Shrugger is completely behind them now, and I think he's going to try and come back towards IT. He's poking around all over the place, but I mean, they could go and potentially do something if Madmen wanted to, as they were down a couple of players as well as Shrugger behind, which is essentially a player out of the game here, but they're actually electing to kind of send a couple of players back and poke around at him. But the Ubers are completely even here. Decimate is up on that sniper. No utils here for Madmen as they're just getting set up on the second point. Not sure. Yeah, Shrugger is still in behind there, and they will take him down. Harb will get him, so that may get some sort of a push going here for Madmen. They're just kind of sitting around here, and just as we see it, Seymour goes down to a sticky trap of Podolsky, so that will certainly delay their push here. But for the time being, both teams with the full Ubers, and we'll see if Seymour decides to come up on some sort of a sniper or a spy or something.
Yeah, that was a really good... That last mid-fight shows one of the sort of universal rules of TF2, that whenever there's a snap Uber exchange like that, where both teams just pop immediately into each other, the team that's going to negotiate a win scenario out of that fight is the team that rotates quickly. And that was the Madmen. They rotated to Sewer, they found Podolsky by himself, and then eLevate collapsed. So now we've got another fight here. Alpha is down, dies in the side, and then you might get taken out by Decimate, but they're still going anyways. There is a level 2 gun being built by yours truly, Mr. Shrugger, and that's going to kill Pharaoh. The Uber is kind of dancing around for eLevate inside spawn, but now they're going to come out. They are upset, and looks like Madmen are going to pile out. They don't have a demo here, so they're pretty vulnerable.
Indust really milked his Uber out too. I mean, he could have taken one good meat shot and potentially gone down. He did milk it out though and managed to get the Uber off still, but they didn't really do too much with that longer Uber that they had, as they did lose Pharaoh. So not ideal for Madmen, but certainly still doable for them here. The Ubers are completely even, as Blank is actually going to get Decimate, so maybe that will initiate something here for Madmen. They are lined up inside of lobby. They have to be careful. There's a couple sticks I saw sitting around as well, but it looks like they're just deciding to bring it in straight through the right side here on a dry push. They're going to try and get rid of the sentry here first. Shrugger almost went down, and the sentry will get taken out there as they forced him to head back onto scout. Decimate, that is. So Both teams with the full Ubers, and we're just sitting around. Decimate's actually going to be up on Sniper now, seeing what lane he can work and get some sort of a pick where maybe eLevate could push themselves back out. And Badonsky is also getting aggressive towards lobby here, but for the time being, it's just going to be the stalemate play here, and no pick classes running for Madmen either.
Yeah, you know, it's a little thing, Decimate coming back up Sniper there, but to come out the left door and look through the door that he did, I call it the 2-door. That was a really good play from him because most medics get pretty careless when their team pushes the right side lobby like that, and he did see quite a few players run around in front of him, but Alpha going to go down to Blank, filling in as the roamer man for now, and that's going to be a push maybe. Harblue is in. He gets the Uber. No Uber out yet from eLevate. There it goes. So now they're fighting on the point. There's an invincible guy with a minigun on it. So that's not going to happen. Simu going to get killed and roll out. And now, well, Harblue going to go down. And you must Mike too. This is a disaster. They're going to have to give up 2 here or maybe go for a back cap. But I don't see anybody capable of doing that.
Yeah, they're backing themselves up right now. They're all towards choke. Mela's coming in with some big jumps across there, seeing if he could get something on Indus, but he will manage to keep himself alive. eLevate will pick up this second point as well. Madmen had a decent idea in theory, but then they just allowed Mela to walk all over them inside of rollout. They came in, they baited the pop from eLevate by getting onto the point and backed out as soon as they did so, and was possibly looking for a chance to push back in after the Uber had faded, but just let Mela, as I said, kind of just walk all over him. So now it's back into the situation of trying to push the second point here, Madmen is, and I'm sure there's not a whole lot of time left, and Madmen is still down by 2 rounds here. It's 4-2. Harb is going to go down as well inside of IT, I believe that was. So not ideal situations here for Madmen. We do have You Must Mike hiding out inside of Sewer, and he does take down Badonsky as he was hiding, so solid play from him there, as now that should certainly initiate something here for Madmen, I would assume, as they are down a demo man. eLevate is. They're trying to work themselves in as Blank wants to get some sort of a jump going. They do pop it off here. Indus is going to wait it out. He milked it. And he did get the pop off just in time. He was quite hurt, though, so they will have a better Uber here. Madmen will, and they're going to push eLevate straight out of this second point here and start to get on to the cap. They still have Mela lurking inside of IT. They're coming straight in for Pharaoh there, but he went down, so now it's just KBK left on to the point. Seymour should be taking care of this here. Actually, the rest of the team should be, and the spawns are going to be very long here, so this should be a round win here for Madmen. Yes, it will be. They're working themselves back in here slowly but surely, Marxist. We're looking at a 4-3 game.
Yeah, Madmen really good there. Seymour's flank into last there was pivotal because he victimized Badonsky, destroyed the medic, and also killed Mela, I think it was, out of all that whole group, and that was just like 1v1 fights for him. But here we go at mid.
Oh my, the double fast roll out there for Harblue and Blank. I don't even know what was going on. They came in very quickly there, tried to make a plan to Badonsky, which they did. He's gone down. Alpha goes down as well, and Mela's trying to work something over onto the Madmen right side, but got absolutely denied. As Shrugger and Decimate now are wreaking some havoc onto Madmen here. They pick up 3 frags, 4 frags in between the 2 of them, and that will wipe Madmen completely. eLevate will get the midpoint and get straight in onto second. KBK kept alive during that whole engagement as well, so things looking good for eLevate here moving in towards last.
Yeah, they get the full wipe. The kill onto Badonsky was nice. We saw it work really well for Froyo earlier, where they would, if they killed Badonsky, they could have their way with eLevate, but not so much for that mid for the Madmen. So now we've got a really bad situation where this Uber should come in sooner rather than later. They're working down into lobby. Here we go. Uber popped off right away. Only a level 2 gun to defend. Can't stay up. Simu's going to have to get off of that particular class. The Madmen are trapped in the right side. Harblue going to come across. You Must Mike as well. And eLevate is getting destroyed here. They waited until the perfect moment to strike, Gecks.
Wow, that was incredible. Mela still in here, gets rocked by Blank with an air shot there inside of last. Mela getting decimated, so that will be Madmen pushing themselves back out here. What a defense, though. I really thought they were going to have trouble, especially getting pinned in that corner. but they somehow managed to keep themselves alive here on this first map. It's still 4-3, eLevate with the lead, and time is certainly becoming of the essence now. Not sure exactly how much is left, but Madmen is trying to get a push going in towards mid here. They know that Indust has this full Uber ready to go, so they're just going to bully them straight out here. eLevate sitting back in towards their choke, and here comes Blank trying to get something going. He'll jump straight into him, and they pop that Uber off as well, and to try and catch eLevate out, Hardblue does go down in towards IT, I believe he was, but they weren't able to get really much of anything else as far as the frag department goes, except for Indus taking down Shrugger with an arrow, as most of the team had done the damage there, but I think Madmen, well aware they need to get out here, and Pharaoh goes down as he got blasted into the sky. Badonsky took care of him, so now it's gonna be eLevate with a pretty big Uber ad here. Madmen still holding strong inside of this choke, though, as eLevate's down a couple of players, Mela and Shrugger, so I'm sure eLevate would at least like to get them back, but they say screw it, they have the Uber, and they know that they can bully Madmen out at this point. They're pushing straight into mid here, Madmen wisely backing up here, so that'll be the mid at least back towards eLevate, and Indust going to be up on his Uber here at about 20%.
Yeah, good building from Indust through all that fighting to keep his Uber so they can hold this point, but that was a kind of an interesting play from Blank and Hardblue to dive in there and try to nix KBK. But it looks like we have an IT push. The Ubers are going to be exchanged, so we have invincible people in a tiny room, and they're going to try and vie for positioning in here. It looks like Harbs, yeah, both Ubers fade about the same time. Will there be a choke push? No, Badonsky is locking that down, so we may have it go, but they've forgotten about Hardblue, maybe. He didn't make his move there. There was a soldier on the crates. It was a little too scary. But Decimate gonna go down to a Pharaoh trap somewhere. So that may provide the impetus for Madmen to push, yeah. And eLevate is close. Badonsky gonna go down, but oh, there they go. They stood in choke too long. And Dust is gonna go down. It is a 3v2 with Blank and You Must Mike running around on mid. Blank is going to get taken out by Shrugger. Attempted back cap of mid against a single cap, but not going to win that 1v1 against Shrugger. And we've got Alpha here just, you know, twiddling his thumbs, capping the point.
Well, I mean, on the bright side, at least You Must Mike was able to get a KBK in the process of pushing back into mid after it was into that 3v2 situation, so at least Indus will have some Uber ad here to work with, and the rest of Madmen will be able to do something with it. But Mela coming out onto Pyro here, coming out straight onto the bats of Madmen here as he is doing some work here. Badonsky actually takes down Blank in combination with Mela there, and Alpha's going to be able to pick up a frag as well, and the frag's coming through left and right here for eLevate, and it's only Pharaoh left. They're going to grab the second point. eLevate is Badonsky is already in towards last right here. This should be just about said and done for them. The spawn's not going to come through in time, and eLevate will take this first map here against Madmen at a score of 5-3, and it looked like it was going to be a roll from the start. Madmen really got themselves back into it, but just a crucial mistake there at the end led to them losing it 5-3, but overall a decent game. But it still seems like Madmen is a little bit disjointed Marxist, so to speak. They kind of seem to be all over the place from what we're used to seeing from them.
Well, we've seen this in the past at other LANs where players on their first LAN experience can have some odd problems where things just, they don't feel right. Maybe your mouse doesn't feel the way it's supposed to. Maybe your chair's at a way different elevation, and so your aim's thrown off. Like, there are all these little factors that can come into play there. And we've seen that with Madmen in particular with, you know, Blank played Pocket pretty much the whole season, and they were kind of switching back and forth in this map. And they did a lot of desperate things that you normally didn't see out of Madmen. Like another one we didn't get a chance to talk about because the game ended was Indust came up crits on last. And they were going to go for a cheeky play there, but then they all died. So there was no cheekiness, only sadness.
Sadly, only sadness for Madmen here so far throughout this LAN, really. But they are certainly now on the ropes. They need to get going into this next map here, because if they lose this one to eLevate, whatever map we're heading into next, I'm not sure exactly where we're going to be headed, but they will be headed out of the tournament as they are already into the lower bracket. So eLevate certainly in a good position here, and there were much higher hopes for Madmen coming into this event, but so far haven't necessarily been producing the results that some people were expecting, but they're certainly not out of it yet either, as we still do have another map to go here. So that should be starting in just a bit here. But, what do you think really is the key for Madmen to get back into this game?
Well, I mean, they seem to be having trouble with some of their players feeling comfortable. So there's that. A lot of the core Madmen things are still functional. So, I mean, at least that's nice. You wouldn't want to completely fall apart. So, but we'll see. It depends on what the next map is, how they feel about that, if they can get back into this. You don't really want to go out fourth if you can help it. I mean, going out fourth has its perks, Gecks, because you get to spend time hanging out and meeting everybody, but otherwise... Yeah. Otherwise, you actually would like that money when you go to LAN, and fourth place doesn't get nearly so much as the other places. So, yeah, I don't know. From what I saw in that one, the Madmen had pretty good rotational play, but a lot of their Ubers were regrettable, and they did not approach that heavy, which really cost them quite a few attempts to get out of last. They just didn't approach that situation correctly. You've got to use your demo man to fight the heavy. That's why, back in the olden days, for us TF2 grandparents out there, teams used to run heavy a lot on Viaduct, and there's a reason why heavy doesn't get run very much on Viaduct anymore.
Well, there you have it. Excuse me. Yeah, so that's kind of been the story of it here on so far in this one between eLevate and Madmen. So we should be coming up onto the second map here soon, guys. I think we're going to have just a little bit of delay before we head into the next one. At least that's what I'm hearing here. So I think we're going to go ahead and take a quick break here, and we'll kind of get back into it and we will be right back with you guys for the second map of this best of three. And we'll bring you guys that coverage as soon as we get it. So don't go anywhere, guys. Map 2 coming up for eLevate and Madmen.